Thanks for purchasing our Trident semi-recumbent hub drive trike. We've put together this short video for you so that you can get out and riding as quickly as possible. Your trike will come with a hard copy of the manual, and it will also come with a page of trike riding tips, which is worthwhile going through to give you some ideas about how to handle the trike better. And you'll have your receipt. On the bottom of the receipt will be the frame number, serial number of the charger and things like that. Useful if you want to put your bike onto your home contents insurance, because you'll need those numbers for that. To turn on the display, you press and hold the middle button. You'll see the logo come up and then the display will turn on. If you get the error 25, don't panic. It's because you've got the park brake on. Once you release the park brake, the display will return to normal. This shows you the battery capacity, battery level at the moment. So currently it's got 4 out of 5 bars. This is your power level. Goes up to 5 and down to 0 using the plus and minus buttons. This is your speed. If you press the middle button, it'll cycle through some various trip parameter. This is the trip, how far the bike's gone. This is the odometer reading and various other numbers. To reset the trip, you can press and hold the plus and minus button. This is all in the manual as well. Press the middle, go to yes, say OK. Now when I return to the main menu, you'll see that the trip is 0, but the odometer is still whatever it was. You can also change the individual 1 to 5 power levels, so you can press the plus and minus button, press the plus and minus button again, and then if you go into each one, this one's currently set to 20, you can maybe set that down to 15 if you decide that that was too much, and you can go through and adjust each one of these power levels individually. This bike has hydraulic disc brakes. The park brake is operated by pulling in the lever, pressing the button and holding it down while you release the big lever. To release the park brake, you just pull it on. It's useful having the park brake when you're getting on and off the bike. It just holds the trike stable while you're getting on and off. With the hydraulic, you do have to pull in quite hard because you're pushing against the hydraulic pressure. So make sure that you pull that right in and make sure the button stays down. The bike comes with front and rear lights integrated to the main battery. If you press and hold the plus button, you'll see the display goes a bit darker. You'll see the front light comes on and the rear light also comes on as a tail light. I can press and hold the plus button again to turn the light off, and then you'll see that when I operate the brakes lever, you also get a brake light. All electric bikes have a function called walk assist. If I press and hold the minus button and I keep holding it, then the bike will go into slow up to 6 kilometers an hour walking. This can be useful if you're trying to push the bike up a hill or something like that. You can just press and hold that. The walk assist doesn't have a lot of power. Some bikes can be fitted with the throttle. To operate the throttle, make sure this button is pushed in to enable the throttle, and then you twist this part of the handle, you twist, and again, whoop, the bike will go forward. This bike comes with a 7-speed gear shifter, or 7-speed gears. To go to a higher gear or faster gear, you press the plus button down here with your thumb. To go to an easier gear, you push this here as well. Do not try and pull this. It's push this one and push this one. This has derailleur gears, so you need to be pedaling while you're changing gears. Don't try and do this when you're stopped, because otherwise the gears will crunch when you get going. You can adjust the angle of the handlebar by loosening these 4 bolts here. That'll adjust the angle up and down. This bike also comes with a folding head stem. It can be useful in times for people to get on and off the bike because it really gives you a nice wide area here, but also if you put the bike into a car, then by dropping the handlebars it just lowers the car down. Make sure you just put that in and it locks automatically. The seat has a couple of adjustments on it. You can adjust the forward and back position of the seat by undoing this pin, and then you can move in 20mm increments. You can move on the 4 small holes, and then you can move to the next big hole if you want as well. So you just got to wind that back up again, put that through, do the nut up, and then just tighten the clamping lever. So make sure that's nice and tight. If you do adjust it, you can also adjust the angle of the seat. So you can pull these out and adjust the angle of the seat up and down, like so, and put the pins back in the hole. This bike requires the key to be in the battery to turn the battery on. So the horizontal position like this is the battery is on. If I turn it one click anti-clockwise, I can pull the key out and the battery is still locked in the bike. If I want to take the battery out, then I go another click, turn it all the way around. There's a plug over here that I have to pull out, just to, it's a bit tricky, and then the battery can slide out. Watching out for the key, that you don't break it off as you pull it out. Make sure that if you are stopping somewhere for a, if you were stopping for a coffee with the battery in the bike, that you do take the key with you, because otherwise someone can steal your battery. So the charging port is here underneath this little dust flap underneath the handle. As you can see here, it has a sticker saying that this is a 36 volt, needs a 36 volt charger. It is a little bit tricky getting the battery back onto the bike, because you have to get it onto this slide. We sometimes say to people, if you don't need to take the battery off the bike, then don't take it off if you can help it, because what you can do is just, for charging, you can just slide it back a little bit and then you've got access to the charge port. Because when the battery is actually in position, you want to make sure that it's correctly locked in, but it's hard to get to the charge port sometimes because of the position of this charging port. So sometimes just slide the battery out a little bit. Make sure that if you put the battery back in, that you also connect this plug back into the location, which is going to be a little bit awkward, which is another reason why we say to leave the battery in the bike if you can. So the bike will come with two keys. One of the keys will be with the battery, the other key will be attached to the charger cord. Make sure that you leave one key with the charger, so that if you lose one key, you've always got another. We don't have spare keys. This end goes into the wall, this end goes into the battery. You'll see on the charger here that there's a light that'll be red when it's charging and it'll go green when the battery's fully charged. We also have stickers on our chargers to say that it's a 36 volt charger, so that you know that it charges a 36 volt battery. Make sure you keep your tyres inflated to the correct pressure. These tyres should be on the rim here on the tyre, it'll show you the tyre pressure is between 40 and 65 psi.